There we are. We're live. Don't know if I need that light on or not because I can't see a thing. So we turn that light off. There we are. Let's get some light in. There we are. Turn this one down a bit. Oh, see if we get the live stream up on the channel. Videos. There we go. Good morning. We've got 3 live viewers. Just mute that. There we are. It's muted now. And I can actually see what people said. God, my hair looks a mess from there. There we are. It is what it is. Well, welcome to Saturday Morning Live. We've got Rob Fry. Is over his show. I think Rob Fry just joined. It's always good. What I do at this point, I try to get the. Let me see if I can get that light on. Is that any better? No, it's not. Just get that off there. I think that's better. Yeah, you can see me. I can see on the screen. Sorry about my hair. I haven't had I haven't brushed my. I've had a shower this morning, but I haven't brushed my hair, and it's. I've been doing a video. My God, it looks terrible. Let's try and do something about that. I might even put a hat on at the moment. Let's have a look. Let's put a hat on because I haven't got a hat available. There we are. Well, look. So it is what it is. I'm a bit embarrassed now at the moment. We've got 1 thumbs up. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Saturday Morning Live. Good to have you on the show. The show is, just to let you know, the Saturday Morning podcast is supported by those 2 guys at ITS, and they've got some fantastic sales on at the moment. Am I promoting them? Yes, I am. It's an advert. Yes, it is an advert. And the reason it's an advert because I want good companies to work with good people like your good selves. This morning, we will be giving a few things away. I hope you can hear me this morning on the live stream. If you can hear me, give me a big thumbs up. It'd be good to hear. 6 live viewers, got 1 thumbs up at the moment. Just to give you an update of what's happening. That's what the reason we try to do that. Just let me just see if Rob Fry has just joined us again now. Rob's given us a big thumbs up. Cheers, Rob. Thanks very much. Rob, you need probably to send me your address because this t-shirt is coming out to you. Just need to know what your size is. We're sending a t-shirt out to you this morning, Rob. Landscape Survival with Johnyboy. There we are. That's what it is. That's a big one. That's a big one, but just need to know your size. This is a 2XL. And if we haven't got them in stock, we're going to be sending one out to you. Also this morning, at a later date, Rob, is that right? 2XL. It's Rob, perfect. There we are. 2XL. There we are, Rob. 2XL. That's for Rob Fry. So Rob, you are as a Mario. How's it going, bud? Rob Fry, this is coming out to you. Just need to drop us an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk and or info@landscapeandsurvival.com. Either one. Send us your address, and this t-shirt's going to be coming out to you. We'll hang it over the chair here so people can actually see it in the background. That is coming out to you. There we are. You can just about see that. It's on there. That's yours, Rob. Your t-shirt, Landscape Survival with Johnyboy. 6 live viewers. Thanks for joining this morning. It's good to have you, Mario. Mario, good to see that you're on here. I would love. No, Rob, no problem, Rob. I really appreciate the things that you're doing and the support that you give on this channel. Mario, and it'd be good to get Rob on here as well. Mario, it'd been good if you want to give us a call this morning. If you want to give us a call, we haven't got any guests, I believe, at the moment calling. I haven't had any notifications of intent for people to actually join this live stream. But if you want to join the live stream this morning, just drop us a message first, or we can give you the number now if you want. It's 07795 664 002. I'm going to get that up on screen now. If you want to give us a call this morning, this is the number 0795 664 002. Let's see if it's come up right. There we are. 07795. There we are. I missed one out there. Mobile numbers, Mobile numbers 664 Let's give a bit of cap in there. There we are. 07795664002. If you want to call in this morning and have a chat to me, I'd be more than pleased to have a chat to you. There we are. 07795664002. Look, Saturday Morning Live is brought to you where we try to get consumer and contractor alike to start talking and communicating with each other, and also as a landscaping community and also as a consumer community. If people want to find out anything good or bad landscaping, what to avoid and what not to avoid, and the contractors that they should actually be looking for. Certainly Mario Rizzi on here now this morning. If you're a consumer and you look at Mario, go and have a look at his work. It'd be good if you guys have, as you join, good morning, Trinity's mate, sorry. My eyesight, I've got my glasses, maybe Alison will bring my glasses in a moment. As you join the live stream, it's always good to say who you are, where you're from, because other people want to know as well, not just myself. They want to know where you're from and as you join. The other thing, what we also try to get you encouraged to do, because it's good for the analytics and the algorithms with YouTube, is as you join, see if you can give it a like. It'd be good to get you on here. Yeah. Also, Lee, the big FB, who always joins us, always gives some support. There it is, Lee. Your package is done. You'll be having your hoodie. It'll be coming out to you very, very soon. Your address is on the back here, Lee Martin. Your package is coming out to you. This show is not, this podcast rather, is not basically about me. It's about other people, and it's not about giving away things. I'm just reading what people says. It's not just about giving away prizes and gifts just to attract you in. This community, what we're building, this channel, what we're building, is certainly so important because we're able to help each other about what we're doing. And as I said, if you're looking for support, this is where you can get it. Because even if I haven't got the answer, certainly other members and viewers of this channel can actually support you as we go along. 15 live viewers, we've got 4 likes. Be good to get a few more on here. Trinity's mate, good morning all. There we are, that's how it works. How you doing? Heath Bland, morning Johnyboy. Heath from Southampton. Heath, what a great name, what a great name. Lee, he's here, lads. There we are. Lee, there you are. If you just joined us, Lee, this is your package. It is there. Your address is on the back, Lee Martin. You'll be getting that very, very soon in Ensford, Dartford. So that'll be going out to you, mate. There's your hoodie. And Rob Fry will be having this t-shirt. If you want a t-shirt, you can let us know, but we won't be able to give them all out because some are going to have to be paid for because I can't afford to give them all out. Let's just show, there we are. Rob Fry there from North Derbyshire. The big FB, I'm here, lads. Cheers, JB, no problem at all. So it's not just about giving things. At the end of this live stream, what I want to try and get you guys to do, if you're interested, Steve Burrows, there he is. If you're interested, what I want to do at the end of the show, I ain't going to say straight away, but I'm going to be giving away one of these suction cups. They're absolutely perfect for porcelain. It's a ruby one, and I'm going to give this away, and this is down to my own cost. Yeah, okay, a little visitor there, 2 visitors. So there we are. That's the vacuum SC200. I want to give one of these away as well. And as I said, this podcast is not just about free gifts to try and to entice you in. This podcast is about you and to try and help each other. So if you have anything you want to speak about specifically this morning, just say now. Just say as you go along. If there's any particular thing that you want me to pick up on, or if you want me to talk, if you don't want to talk about it, just let me know now. Steve Burrows says, morning all, Johnny. I can't stop as I'm out for the day, but I've give a thumbs up as I do with all your videos. Steve Burrows, thanks very much. Really, really appreciate it. Look, Steve, I'm always blown away by the support on this channel, and certainly in the week you can actually see the people that actually support. But also, I had a comment this week of somebody saying that was it another ad because I was talking about a particular product and I was explaining about, I asked the question whether you thought that the porcelain plank should be in vertical or horizontal, or then somebody came up with a 45, and then somebody said that I was promoting and advertising. Well, the fact is I was promoting and I was advertising. It was a great product. Can we talk about the products that we use that we feel that is good? Of course we can. Can we talk about products that are bad? Well, we can do, but we've got to give companies the benefit of the doubt to explain the problems they've had. But what I wouldn't go and do is to wash my clothes in public. So that's not always a good thing to do. So important that you're fair. But can I promote companies? Of course I can. And the reason I can is because I want good companies to get exposure to you guys. And when you know who they are, you'll realize the benefits of working with these companies. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring people together to partner them up. Kuram Chowdhury, good morning, Kuram. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. God bless you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Rob Fryer says, I like the idea of Japanese style decking. Watching your videos is giving me the idea. Yeah, I'd say it's something now, Rob. That yakisugi, shosugi band, whatever you want to call it, it is absolutely fantastic. And as a lot of people know that when I started doing some of the wood burning, a lot of people were saying that I wasn't doing it correct because the Japanese used to burn with fire. But the fact is that when they produce yakisugi, shosugi band, whatever you want to call it, it is done with gas, okay, in factory conditions. They know what they're doing, but the alternatives are when you're working as a landscaper in the garden, you want to burn some wood, you don't want to be having a big fire on there because there's not going to be a concentrated burn in a certain area. So you have to use gas. Yeah, Rob, that's a fantastic idea. Just maybe just have a look at those videos. If you've got any questions you want to ask me on wood burning, just get back to me. Heath Bland says, have you tried the Grabos for lifting slabs? I think they are better than the manual suckers you have. Yeah, they are, Heath. They are, but it has its pros and cons. When we look at the Grabos, they're quite expensive. We spoke about this before. They're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. But they will lift other products and they will lift a large weight. But the other downside to them is, and I spoke about this before, that you can't use them in the wet. And the thing is, when we're using any sort of paving out there, you always have water around. So I think the Grabos are good. They serve a purpose, but certainly these things serve a purpose as well. There's no ifs or buts about it. It serves a purpose. I think they're about £65. I don't know if they've gone up. Let's have a little look while we're on here now. Let's have a look. The SC 200 vacuum. Let's have a look how much they are now and see. There you are. There's one there. And we'll just see if the prices have gone up. Yeah, gone up absolutely massively. I never even realised. You've got Ruby Suction Cup here, Pro Tyler Tools. I'm going to say they are. They're £76.56. There's another one there by, I don't know, by Crowd somebody, £75. And there's another one there, an 8-inch ones with smaller ones. That they are, look, I don't know, they're all sorts of prices. Only when you actually phone up and you actually see what companies are selling them. But the fact is, you can get these from ITS. Am I promoting ITS? Of course I am. Let me just go back to the screen now, so you can actually get them. But what I was saying was, when we look at the price of one of these, and I don't know how much is a Grabo at the moment. Let's have a look how much the Grabos are at the moment. If we look at the Grabo and we have a look in comparison to what one of those are, it may be the case that you can't afford one of those. Grabo vacuum, £246. They've got £200, £287. They're all different prices. They're the old ones and the new ones as well. That's at the moment. There's a new improved one. Grabo UK. Look, there's lots on there. But when we look at the price of that is unbelievable, isn't it? There's a big price difference in those suction cups from like £280. Do you want to be talking about suction cups this morning on a Saturday morning? Well, maybe not. Peter says, morning, John. Greetings from the New Forest. Good morning, Pete. How are you, mate? Sorry to get on to you there. James Sharp from Kent Gardening. Good morning, all, he says. Rob Fryer says, I would sooner take advice from a trusted and proven tradesman. There we are, as per usual. Thanks, Rob. And I'm not paying you to say this. James Sharps, Kent Gardening says, I think Elite Stone Tools had the grabbers on offer. They did. Thank you very much for that, James. I was going to get around to that. And if you're thinking about getting anything from Elite Stone Tools, again, you'll have absolutely fantastic service from Elite Stone Tools. And that's what I try and do, is try and bring you people together. Well, look, here we are, 16 live viewers. We've got 8 likes this morning, so let's see if we can get the likes up to at least 16, 15, at least. It'd be good to actually see that going up. Look, if you want to talk about anything in particular this morning, you can do. But until we get to that point, in the meantime, I'll be talking about what I've been doing and my observations this week in the landscaping world. Well, we're on a project at the moment in Swansea, and it is costing a lot of money in fuel. There's no ifs or buts about it. So when we arrive there, we got to make sure that we get the hours of working, and we certainly have. Young Dan that's been with me helped me out. On Friday, we left Newport at 6:30, and we got down there. And on Friday, though we left nice and early, did we have a productive day? Well, we never laid the amount of paving that we're open to lay, but it's not always necessarily about the amounts of paving that you actually lay. We did a bit of cutting. We got slowed up because Martin, who lives down there, he's a Tobermore rep, he come and seen us, and we were chatting for about an hour and a half. And not that I love Martin, he's a great guy, but my anxiety was going through the roof because I wanted to get on with the job. But I never told him that, but we just cracked on and we had a good chat. It was good to see Martin, great Tobermore rep. He covers the South Wales area. So if you are a contractor, and you look at this, 12 likes, absolutely fantastic, 17 live viewers. If you're a contractor and you're thinking about using a decent paving block, you need to look at Tobermore, because their products are very good. They steam cure their products, and they got this thing called Prime Top. So in 20 years time, your paving will look as good as it was the day it went down. It really does. And no efflorescence, generally no efflorescence with Tobermore. Good morning, Garth Williams. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And do you know, the weather's not so good out there this morning. Very disappointing. When you've been working hard all week, you hope to have some good weather so you can get in your garden, but it has cooled down a little bit, so I will be able to get on with something this afternoon. I have got a vlog to finish. I'm going to be sharing a vlog part 2 on how to lay a porcelain patio, in my opinion. And whatever you do, you know, just, I ain't saying take it with a pinch of salt, but don't be too concerned about it. Just watch it. It may be the case that I haven't edited it as you want it edited. Maybe you want a little bit more detail. It's so difficult filming when you're in work doing those videos, and you know, showing the finer details and getting the camera shot. It's difficult. And you know, sometimes you just don't want your customers to actually see you sort of spend so much time on filming. It just has to be done on the hop as you go in, on the fly, and make it simple. You can set your GoPro up or your time lapse at the start of the day, but it does take a lot of work. If there is anybody out there that would be interested in coming with me and help me to produce a video, I'd like to hear from you. And if you have any ideas, any of you guys joining this morning, if you have any ideas on what you want to see, I want to hear it back of you. 20 live viewers, you've got 13 likes. Saturday morning live is supported by the guys at ITS. Get onto their site now and have a look. I'm just going to have a quick look at ITS's website, because I think it's so important that we do this, simply because they support me to support you and getting their products to site, and to you guys. They've got a fantastic sale on, and they continually, this is the thing about ITS, they continually do it because they want to give back. They know that you've supported them over the years. So they've got a sale on now, ITS sale on, great deals on over 1,000 products. Shop now. Beat the heat this week. They've got some fans up and coming. Weather report. They got some fans, as you see with a lot of companies. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, I do apologise. It must be the pollen at the moment. Speaking to Ian Power this morning up north there, a mate of mine, Ian, and he's suffering massively with pollen, with at the moment, sneezing, coughing, and all that sort of stuff. So it's not good. There's a lot going around at the moment. So anyway, going back to ITS at the moment, we've got some great deals on. get the perfect Father's Day gifts. Go on there. What's new? Let's have a look. What's new? Let's have a look just quickly. I just want to just bring you this. And it's not an advert as per se. I just want to bring products that I feel and companies that want to support you at the moment. We're just waiting for that to come up now. What's new? They've got Bosch, the best tool you can get. Apparently, expert accessory range. They got the Vont patio eaters. Not that you need them at the moment. Mascot workwear. They've got the trousers. They've got boots, workwear. They got the hose pipe. They got the hose lock products. So get on there, have a look. That's enough of that now, because I want to get back to Saturday morning live. Got 19 live viewers, 14 likes. Let's read some of the comments. James Sharp says, James Sharp's at Kent Gardening. If you're looking for anybody to do any garden work or landscape work down there, you need to phone James up. And let's have a look. He says, John, those manual grabs, would they lift 800 square 20mm porcelain? Yeah, with those manual grabs. Like this one, I think you're saying this, James. Would one of these, yeah, they do, they can lift it, and they lift up the 1.2. We're working on 1.2 by 600 at the moment, and they do lift those up, no problem at all. I don't know if you guys have seen, I did a bit of a review on these Grabo suction cups. It's matter we've gone back to there now because somebody's asked that question. They do lift. I had a 2x2 flagstone. It held the 2x2 flagstone over 36 hours. Yeah, over 36 hours, one suction on air, and that's what it held for 36 hours. 20mm porcelain, got our first porcelain paving job coming up, another as 900 by 600. James, honest, these lift it, no problem at all. And what you'll find is with Ruby is that if you have a problem, they have a good warranty system, guarantee system with them. You will get your money back, or they'll replace the product in some way as long as you fill the forms out. It's so important you actually do that. Mario Ritchie says, on average, how many square meters do you guys lay in a day? That's one landscaper and one labourer. That's a funny one, isn't it, really, Mario, when you actually look at quantities of paving, how many we can actually lay in the day. I laid literally 2 or 3 slabs the other day because we had to do some drainage. But when we look back, for me, when I had a team years ago when I was with Andy and we had Tom there, we could lay in square meterage of sandstone. When it went well, we could do 50 meters in a day, literally 50. You'd have to go at it, but we would do 50 square meters in a day, and we did it well. The most important thing is, I'm not saying you're not doing it well, Mario, because we know what your work's like. It's absolutely first class. But I'm thinking sometimes it's always good to know how much you can lay in the day, because you want to be laying at least 10 meters in a day. If you're laying paving minimum, you want to be laying 10 meters in a day, or possibly 15, I suppose, of paving. But I find when you're laying those 1.2 by 600s, they're a dead weight. They really are a dead weight. And what, for me, recently, what I've been finding harder when I've had to lay them by myself is when you're using the suction cups and you're leaning over and you're stretching your hamstrings. At the end of the day, you really feel it. So you have to think about stretching and getting that around. Gareth Jones has just joined us. Morning, John and Alison. He says, morning, Gareth. How's it going, mate? Good to see you on here this morning. Thanks, John. Would you say the 2 grabs together would be better for laying the 800s? Well, I'll tell you now, James, you know, and it's only just recently, this last year, I've definitely slowed up. Not because I'm physically can't do it. Well, that's partly true, actually. Can I physically do it? Well, yeah, I can, but we don't want to actually kill ourselves when we're doing this sort of work. It's hard toil what we do doing a landscaping's job. So when I'm laying paving now, I'm laying those 1.2s by 600s. 2 people, I think, on a job is so important for those. So we get 2 suction cups. And the thing is, the reason when I like to put 2 suction cups on is because we can lower it into position without chipping the porcelain. That's the last thing that we want to do. We don't want to be chipping the porcelain in any way, shape or form whatsoever, because it's not good. Because it's not just the tiling units that you're putting down that you could chip, but you could actually chip the tiles that you're laying next against. So by getting there's 2 of you on there and using those suction cups and just getting your hand in the right places to ensure, and you put your thumb down on the one part so that the tile doesn't bang against it. I couldn't believe it this week. I did a cut, got this cut ready for the edge of the patio, and I was holding it and I let go. and it fell down and it hit. This is the ironic thing. It hit two slabs. None of them were cracked. None of them were chipped. And the one that I was holding wasn't even chipped at all. It wasn't even fragmented. I couldn't believe it. But the thing is, sometimes you could just be moving something around and it will just ping off because it catches it in the right place. It's so important that you really, the last thing you want to be doing is lifting 2 or 3 slabs up. And that's, I would say, that is a real bugbear for me about laying porcelain paving, is when it chips. It's a pain. Got itchy nose here. It must be the pollen at the moment. It's a real, I mean, it's just, you have that sick feeling in your stomach when you look at the cost of these products, and we put it down and we know we can use it as a cut, okay? And when we look at the overall of any job that we're actually doing, but I think if you're laying square areas, you want to make sure that every bit of paving that you're using, because it's expensive, that you want to make sure that you don't want to lose anything. You don't want to compromise any of the paving. James, you're at it this morning. It's good to see, mate. I'm glad that people start asking questions. For all of you now, if you're watching now, please post a question. I want to hear from you. 16 likes. We've got 25 live viewers. Let's see if we can get up to 20 likes. I'd appreciate that this morning. Please, let's get on there. And if you haven't subscribed, I don't know if you can watch this if you haven't subscribed or not. I'm not sure on that. James says, perfect. Thanks, John. We'll get 2 on order. What I would do, James, if you're going to get a suction cut, if you struggle getting one, give me a shout, because I might be able to sort you out. Not that I want to go into retail. I just want to help people out. We have done it a little bit in the past because we wanted to help people out when this first of all, these suction cups started coming off. So if you want a suction cup, if you're struggling, if you can't get one, just drop me a line, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk, or better still, just go to the Landscaping Survival website, which is info@landscapingsurvival.com, info@landscapingsurvival.com. But what I would say, look, 18 likes, what a brilliant response. Let's get 20, come on, let's get it up there. I sounded rude. No, if you can't get one, go to ITS website. And if you mention me, there is a promo code. I'm not quite sure what you get there at the moment. I can't even remember. I think it's Landscape Survival or Johnyboy or something, but you will get it back. If not, just mention it. Even if you phone up and say, look, I'm showing my loyalty, there's nothing wrong within asking. If you're showing your loyalty to this company, look at that. 20 likes, no sooner than I said it. Look, really appreciate it. This is not about getting likes, but if you're joining and you're enjoying it, it just shows me the caliber of people that are out there and people that do respond and that are actually enjoying these live streams. Look, a lot of things to talk about. It's not about the suction cups. It's not also about the porcelain and how to lay patios. I'm not just a patio man. Rob Fry's still here. I like wood effect tiles for borders. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about design. Rob, do you actually think, Abdul Elanzi, good morning, son. How's it going? Good to see you. God bless you. Rob is just talking about, he likes wood effect tiles for borders. Absolutely fantastic. How many of you guys, though you're landscapers, do you get involved in the design process? This is what I've talked about for some time. Do we get involved in the design process as landscapers as much as we want to? I do. It's just what part of the package what I actually sell. Do I do designs? No, I do concept designs on an occasional basis. And usually by what you find these days, a lot of customers have that design flair, that design skill, and they're able to get something up on computer. And a lot of people can download that. SketchUp is a fantastic program at the moment, and you can get it. But how good of a designer, and this is not, I'm going to go at the consumer, and I think a lot of them are really good, but how many of them can actually design a garden, even if they add SketchUp? It's a design, but is it a good design? Will it have a good balance? Will it have unity, cohesiveness? Some of the design principles that we have to think about, proportion, scale, which all means the same thing, but they all interlink. Contrast, texture. We look at the design principle. How does balance come? When we look at balance in a garden, when we have a tree, maybe a silver birch on the left-hand side, there's nothing on the right. Do we put a garden shed there, or a garden room, or a patio, or a decked area with some tables and chairs on to try and balance it up? If there's nothing on the right-hand side and there's a tree on the left, there's no balance in the garden. But that may be good balance for you. James Sharp says, John, another question. Have you used the Fugue system of cement slurry? Great. James, I'll be totally honest with you. No, I haven't. And do you know, James, look, let's face it. There are so many products out there on the marketplace, okay? I'll get back to Rob in a moment because Rob is important to me. There's his top there. You know, there's so many systems out there and it's difficult to try and understand all of them and how they all work. And I think that at the moment, there's a real danger of people not panicking, but just getting overloaded with the amounts of materials out there and what's available and what's not available and, you know, how you should do things. There's a lot of information. And I think that a lot of people actually get confused, James, to be honest, mate. I think they get confused about what's good and what's bad and how we should use it. It's just so much information and you can get, it's like a lady's handbag. It's full of accessories. That's what the landscaping industry at the moment is, full of accessories. We got everything available. Mars Adventures, good morning. Hope all is well, he says. Good morning, Bird. Anyone for that matter, James is speaking to the other community members here and asking if they've used the Fugue pave system. We want to know if you've used the Fugue pave system, whether you think it's good or whether you think it's bad. Let's just be constructive. Let's not necessarily slate products. It's so important that we get a good positive response. Recently gone back to designing again as we are having a company rename and rebrand coming up. Wonder what what was the motive behind that, James? Why you doing the rebranding? Is it good to rebrand your business? I'm stopping doing tree climbing and going back to design and landscaping alongside our base. That'd be interesting to James. I want to know more about it, mate. That's so important to know why you're going down that road. Wouldn't it be good if you could just leave a voice message now? Look, if any of you want to phone in this morning, just give us a call. It's 07795 664 002. I wonder how many of you would actually be brave this morning to do it. Good morning, hopefully all is well on my other account. Sorry, Lee, Andy Groundworks. Good morning, Lee. How's it going, mate? Good to see you on here. Was it hot for you this week, Lee? I seen you with your hat off and looking good there, mate. Looking sharp. Service of maintenance, says James. Just trying to read what people say there. James Sharp's Gardening says there is an information overload, but Fugue is available locally, so I guess it's what's available. Yeah, you know, and I think that's the other thing, of course, that some people actually go for what's available in their locality, and that's what they'll do, and they may sort of have their own preferred suppliers because it's how they get treated. You know, I went into Travis Perkins this week in Gowerton, and there's a lad there called Paul, and there's another lad in the yard, I can't remember his name, and they were really nice. I mean, they were really decent, and I mean, sort of, you'd expect it anyway, wouldn't you, to sort of like to be treated in a way that you treat people how you'd like to be treated yourself. And certainly with some merchants, you don't necessarily have it. And it's so sad when you see, and it's so frustrating as well when you have bad service. But the guys down there in Gowerton, Travis Perkins down there, no ulterior motive, showed genuine interest on who you were, how you were, and how you were going, if there's anything they could do. So massive shout out to Paul and the boys there down in Gowerton at Travis Perkins. And if you're watching the stream and you know the guys down there, just let them know that we did a shout out. So maybe I'm going to phone Travis Perkins head office and let them know. And there we are. And if you're from Jewson's at the moment and you're one of my local branches, I just couldn't find the Jewson's. It was too far away. I have used the Jewson's down there, but it was just too far away to use. They were good in there as well, to be fair. They were good. The fork truck driver, first point of call, was absolutely excellent. 19 live viewers, 20 likes. This is absolutely fantastic this morning. There we are. Lee from out there in Liverpool. Lee says it was too hot. Did you catch the sun, Lee? Did you catch the sun? Did you rub some oil in there? Hey guys, tomorrow morning I'm off for a sports massage because last week I'm a bit sore still now, but I'm moving around and I'm doing yoga in the morning, you know, and it's got me going. And I'll be honest with you, and I've never said this before. So just wait for this now. And some people will know me for always being positive, but I don't suffer with depression, but I have my moments of like doubt. And certainly these last few weeks, I've been in a real state with my hip and my back and my hamstrings. And that's because I wasn't loosening up, and I found things really, really difficult. And still now, first thing in the morning, I have a job to sort of do my laces up on my right boot, on my right side, and it's difficult. So doing some yoga in the morning now is important. I need to get on it, but I am going for another sports massage tomorrow with Darren, and Darren really loosened up the muscles in my back. In my glutes, in my hamstrings, and it was just totally different. I mean, it made a big difference when you're doing this job. So it's so important that, you know, because I tell you now, it just worried me at one time, thinking, how would I even manage? Because I just couldn't move, let alone bend over. I just could not move. It was so difficult. I want to stay with this just for a moment, because I want to see if people can actually catch up, because there is a delay in this live stream. James from Sharp Kent Gardening says, right chaps, Mrs. wants to go to the garden centre. Better get going to beat the crowds. Thanks for your help, John. As always, we'll arrange a phone for definitely in one day on a Saturday morning live. James, it'd be good to have you on here. You go enjoy your gardening and just go and spend some money with your wife. Love to know what you're actually buying out there. So what are people buying? I wonder what the number one product that people are buying in garden centres at the moment. I wonder the most sold. We know that we sell flowers, but other products, what's trending, what people are buying? Mario Ritzy says Travis Perkins is Rushton fantastic. Service from lads in yard to office staff, well done. There we are, you know, so it was a good job I mentioned it, because Mario was having good service as well. And I think that maybe we should phone up and give him a ring. James Sharps is off now. Catch you soon. Bye all. So there you are. There's James Sharp there. James took a major part in this live stream this morning, and his contribution was absolutely appreciated. As I was saying, it's so important that you keep your body nice and loose and moving. You need to be mobile, and certainly it really got to me a little while ago. I'm up and down, and the reason you see me doing this now and again is because of my back, and sat in this position is not a good thing for me to do. And I've got another hour or so after we finish the live stream in this office, because I want to try and get the latest vlog what I've been doing. So watch out for that. It will be published this afternoon at some point. Stay with it. You need to see it. Last week, I haven't mentioned that at the moment. Wasn't it good having Ben on here? Just, you know, the guy that Ben Pope that does the he's the landscape guy that does the I forget what they're called now. The gardens, garden rescue. He does those garden rescues, and it was good to see Ben on here. He's going to try and get one of the designers from Garden Rescue to come on here maybe next week, and hopefully we can have a chat to him, and he can tell us a little bit about design and tell us a little bit about what he's doing. I know this guy, know him very well. I won't mention his name yet. I met him a few years ago, and he's a cracking guy. Got a great future in this industry, unlike me, where I got a short future left, but I want to stay with it because I want to see what you guys are doing. Ian Crawford suffered back pain for years, spent loads of money on chiropractors, started stretching with one simple move, bending forward and trying to touch my toes, holding that for 3 minutes a day, solved it. There we are. Do you know, Ian, I think you're absolutely right. I think that there are moves that we can actually do that can actually compensate for the pain that we're going through. So I really appreciate you coming back with that, Ian, and good to see you this morning, mate. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well up there in Scotland. Have you been having good weather up there? It's not good down here today. Yeah, we need to think about our body and need to think about and look after ourselves. It's so important. Look, so much to do, so much to be said. What I'm going to be doing is I got one of these suction cups that I'm going to get Alison to choose somebody from here later on to send out. Lee said, I had my hat off. I was sunbathing for a while. Had my hat on yesterday, though kept popping in and having a lie down on the sofa. At least he's honest. At least he's honest. It was hot in the morning yesterday. I think, can anybody tell us what the temperature was yesterday? How hot did it actually get? I want to know what the temperature was what it got at from where you were across the country. Be interested to know a few guys now. I never look for the temperature. All you do is just go out there and get on with it. And do I check my weather app? Well, I do sometimes, but not all the time. So I'm going to have a lay down on the sofa. That's what I'm going to have to do after this live stream this morning. Look, guys, I'm afraid I've got lots and lots to do. There's lots happening, and I've got to pack in a lot today because it's my weekend off, and I seem to spend a little bit of time in the office. But I'm staying with it just for a moment. Andy Nunn says, morning, following as a DIYer in the middle of a shelter, built 20 square meters, had owned sandstone laid, too hot. Thursday and Friday, resume Monday. Thanks for your channel. It's been invaluable. Andy, I'll tell you now, mate, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for that. Really, really appreciate it. But this channel is nothing without you guys coming on it and sharing your knowledge and your information. My back's going again. What I'm looking to do, we've got Andy Kellum coming down soon. He's going to help me out to get the live stream going. I'm just waiting for a few things for the studio. It's cost a little bit of money, but we'll be able to get in there and we'll be able to film, we'll be able to move around, look at different things, and we'll be able to chat. And when you see things in there, you'll be able to sort of ask me to talk about those. You know, we don't just talk about paving on here. We talk about all sorts of things, from paving to mental health, to Hedrocolchica dentata variegata, which is a plant. When we talk about these plants and when we talk about design and paving and mental health, it's so invaluable because it will help somebody in the right direction. Hope you're not being rude. How old are you? Hope not being rude. How old are you? See what I'm like. I have to read things out. How old are you? Hope not being rude. How old am I, Mario? Oh, sorry. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to... You're not being rude. Not being rude at all, Mario. See what I'm like. Maybe I am old because I'm losing it. I'm thinking about so many things. That's the thing about me. There's lots of things going on in my mind all the time. It's really active, and I want to get everything done. I want to be part of everything. But I'm 57 now. 57, and should I be feeling like this at 57? Probably not, but that's my fault. And like Ian said, Ian Crawford said about, you know, we're doing a job, and it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. If you're using motions which is repetitive and which is a struggle on your body because you're repeating that process and you're stretching muscles or compounding muscles that you shouldn't have, that's not a good thing in itself. And whether you're young or old, you know, we all feel the backache, the pains and everything. So yeah, I'm 57 and my heart and lungs are absolutely fine. It's just my right leg and my groin, which has been an absolute pain. It really has been a pain. And it was such a worry. And I got into a bit of a panic a little while ago. And, you know, I know people talk about mental health all the time, like, but my mental health didn't suffer. But I did think about it. I did think about, you know, what ifs, like, you know, and it goes through your mind. So, yeah, I'm 57 and that's it. Mario says, I'm 69 next week, still going strong. 69, Mario. 69. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, Joe, Mario, the other day, since I've been feeling better, I actually was having a bit of a count up and about what I can do. And if I go for another 10 years at 67, if I can keep going, absolutely fine. But I think I'm going to have to slow down. I haven't got people working for me. I don't know what your team is like, Mario, but certainly for me, it's difficult. Yeah, Ian Crawford says, well done, Mario. 69, absolutely fantastic. I knew when we started doing these podcasts, there's always something that positive that starts coming from these podcasts. Anyway, did you notice my, not a new top, this is my old logo, one of my old logos. We got the new logo that we actually use. Logos could be also a pain to put on. Keep going, Mr. Roberts. Well, Lee, if it wasn't for you the other week, I would have struggled, and I was struggling. And I don't think you realised how struggling I was. It was bad. It was bad. And do you know, I'll tell you now, this is opening up a little bit now, and we're going with this a little bit, but I was actually struggling to tell Alison how bad I actually felt, because I don't think she realised. She knows I'm bad. She knows I was ill, but I don't want to tell her how bad I was, because it does bother me, because you think, how long can you actually, this is the only thing that I actually know. What else can I actually do? Tell me, if you think there's anything else that I can actually do, tell me what I could do, because I'm trying to work out that when this is all over for me, what am I going to be doing? And what am I going to be doing? We all have to have a get out of clause, don't we? A get out of jail card, and think about our exit plan from the industry that we've spent all our lives in. And I think I've become institutionalized in the respect that this is all I know, isn't it? But could I do another job? Could any of you now watching this live stream ask yourself this question? Could you do another job apart from landscaping now? Even if you're not a landscaper, even if you are a DIYer and you do another job which is totally different, whether you're a police officer or whether you're in the army or whether you're working in an office, recruitment, whatever you're doing, whether you're a nurse, a doctor, whatever, right? Could you see yourself doing another job? Get on guard and rescue. I couldn't do it. Lee says anything. Could you do anything? Yeah, I would do anything if it meant sweeping up. That's a question that I would put to all of you as well at the moment, right? Would any of you be prepared to sweep the road if you had to earn a living? Do what I do, just go out quoting. I haven't got anybody to work for me, Mario, to do the work. I just can't go out quoting. I love to go out quoting. Maybe I want to be a consultant, sort of out people. If you're, maybe I'll do it now. If you're a potential consumer of a landscaper and you want some advice, you can drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. If you want me to come along and see you and help you to secure a good landscaper, I might be able to do that. But there would be a charge if I come and see you. There has to be a charge because I've got to earn a living. I've got to keep this big roof over our head, and I've got some kids. Well, not kids, they're adults now. I've got a wife as well to feed and 4 little dogs. Guys, it's always interesting, these live streams, and I really appreciate the ones that, and everyone that's joined the live stream, not just the ones that have stayed with it now. It's been interesting. Andy Graham says, but you're amazing at what you do. Keep going. You know, I never done this for feedback this morning. You're amazing as well, Lee, and I appreciate your support, and I hope we can hook and get up again in the near future. Rob Fryer says, if you have the personality and drive and ambition, no shame in doing sweeping. Ask Trigger. That's why Rob's on here. Like, yeah, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Great response there from Lee and Rob Fryer there. Yeah, there's no shame in sweeping the road, you know. Don't ever feel embarrassed by doing those types of jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you earn an honest living, I suppose. Is that right, Rob, Andy, Mario? You know, is that right? That, you know, as long as you earn an honest living, as long as what we do is honest and it's fair, you know, I'd be prepared to do anything. But at the moment, I've got a bit of a fire to burn. Ian Power says, he's on here at last. Ian Power. I never thought you'd be on here this morning. Ian Power and Groundworks. Us older lads need to keep at it because a lot of the younger generation aren't interested in learning how to do it properly. Fair point. Mario says you're taking time to keep us in. You're taking time to keep us in. Yeah, absolutely. We are here to provide for our families, Johnyboy. Yeah, we are, totally. I'll do anything to pay the bills, says Lee. And I would as well, Lee. Well, almost anything. Good to have Ian on here. Ian picked up on a point again, which we touched upon last week. We talked about the next generation, and you do need the older generation to pass on those new skills. Is YouTube, the internet, the social media, is it enough? Is that enough where we can learn from? Do we need to go be working with somebody, or can we learn just from what we see on a video? Or do we need somebody to mentor the next generation and help them and lead the way for them? Informed TV star of the future. I know if you're talking about me, Mario, but that wouldn't be a bad idea. I agree, Mario. Hey, guys, look, this channel is nothing without you. If you feel that there's anything that you can suggest that help this channel grow and how we can improve it, and more topics, what we can actually talk about. But the one thing that I know for sure, what we're doing on this channel, when we meet up every Saturday on this channel, what we're doing is we're there for each other. Can you imagine now if we were all in that room together, having a chat, chewing the fat, as we say, about anything and anyone, good things, bad things, discuss it. And that's what we're doing. This is our meetup. This is our Saturday for the consumer and contractor alike. And I know for a fact that on the internet, on Facebook and places like that, the contractors don't want to be mixing with the consumer. But here you can. We can talk, we can share, and we can see and understand what we're all looking for. Kuram Chowdhury says, I'm a school teacher and a DIYer, and eventually I will do something else. I'm 43 now, and I plan to leave teaching at 55. Probably have to do something after. Yeah, you will, Kuram. I think without, look what Kuram's just said. If you've got any advice and he likes DIY, now's the time to tell Kuram what you think he could possibly do. Let's have some suggestions. Peter Arquez says, hope you're well, John. I'm good, Pete. Good that you joined us this morning. We've talked about all sorts of things. If you want to re-watch this later on, you'll be able to see all the things that we've covered this morning. Ian Power says, landscape and groundwork media can teach the methods, but will never give you the feel for the practicalities that experiences can show. Both teaching methods have their place and combined should provide the best learning. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no better way of learning anything than being hands-on. Hands-on is so important. That's Ian, that comprehensive response there. I'm going to read it again now. He says, media can teach the methods, but will never give you the feel for the practicalities that experience can offer. Both teaching methods have their place and combined should provide the best learning. I think it did. There's nothing better than being hands-on. I'm going to say this now, right? And I got goose pimples when I'm actually saying this because I really believe in this. When I started out in this game and as a young kid, I've always wanted to talk to people and share with people. I was always excited as a kid. I always wanted to talk to everybody, and I want to help more than anything. And I hope this channel does help to support people. But if any of you feel that you want some help and you want to spend a day with me, all right, just come down. We can book you in, and if you want to spend more than a few days, and then we can talk about that sort of thing after. But we have to consider the ramifications of having you on site. If you want a one-to-one with me, that's no problem at all. One thing that I do know about, I know how to get businesses out there and how to get your business in front of an audience that you're actually looking for. I'm going to stretch my back again now. There we are. And Andy Graham says, we learn from media. It's the new library. Yeah, it is a new library. That's a good way of looking at it. And that's a good word. This media that we're learning from is a good library. It is a new library. But we still need to be working with people like yourself, because being hands-on is so important. If anybody's looking for, do you feel that we could do a course, maybe a simple basic course, maybe a couple of days where we could basically look at the fundamentals of laying paving, okay? Because when we go into the landscaping business, that's the thing that actually people look at, right? And we look at paving as the number one thing, don't we? And then the woodwork, and then the plant side of things. But I think there are so many disciplines to the landscaping industry, with the planting, the design, the brickwork, the rendering, etc. We go on and on and on. But do you think we could offer a course? We've talked about this for so long now. It's like as if I'm in the Grand National here and stretch my back, it's just sat down in here. Do you reckon we could offer a course on this group, and how many people would jump on board? Surveys, they're so important before you even start a business sometimes. Is it a business what I can actually offer? I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to go down that road, but maybe that's what we could do. Chris C says, your passion is contagious, Johnny. Good on you, mate. Chris, thank you. Really appreciate it. It's great even for me, though I'm a real confident guy, right? It's nice when you have good positive feedback from that. So Chris C, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Chris, where are you calling from this morning? Where are you this morning on this Saturday morning live? I want to know. I've said before, when you guys join this live stream, I want to know where you're from and what you do. It's so important to know a little bit more about you. And I want to learn more about you. Do you know, I think if I was over a counter in a desk in a merchant or so like that, I don't think I'd let people get away, because I wouldn't stop talking. It's good to communicate. And the number one thing for any business, and if you want to get yourself out there, is we need to be sociable. And being sociable on social media is about chatting basically and talking to get to know people. Andy Granwick says theory is different to practical. Hands-on is so much better. I agree. I agree 100%. I was always told many years ago the best way to learn is to be thrown in at the deep end. Who actually, when we look back to when we were kids, I remember my sister Helena, it was in Gloucester, it was in Barton Street, Gloucester. They had the Olympic-sized swimming pool there. The diving boards were there, and I remember grabbing me and throwing me in at the deep end. And I was about four years of age, and she threw me in. And I remember I went straight into that doggy paddle, and that's that survival mode that what comes in, the best way to learn. But the difference is now, unfortunately, people can source their income or their revenue from other means, and I don't think it's a good. We're not in a good position. I'm not going to get into politics at the moment, but I think we need to change what we're doing out there with the government strategies on getting people back into the workplace, and we need to inspire people in a better way than what they're actually doing at the moment. And I think probably is that what we should do is get these people to come along with us for a day. How many of you guys that run a business now, whether it's landscaping or whether it's a bakery or whatever you're doing, right? Whatever you're doing out there, how many of you guys would be prepared to take on a youngster in your business? Let's get some feedback now this morning. Let's see what you have to say. Chris C says, Sunshine Coast, Australia. Do you know, I'm absolutely blown away. I'm blown away there. We had Catherine Sloan from Louisville in Kentucky the other week. Chris, good to see you. Chris, I want to know what you do now. I want to know a little bit more about you. I worked in Sydney a couple of years ago doing some landscaping and helping out and teaching people how to lay some paving. I went out there. Get in. Andy Graham was. Oh, sorry, Lee. I'm talking about so much I got lost on that. Look at that, Lee. We got Chris there all the way from Australia. I mean, many other people actually watch these live streams across the world and across the globe. I'd love to know. It's good to see whether Chris is a Brit or an Aussie out there. Great country, great people, and it'd be good to know, Chris, what you actually do out there. But good to see you, and I hope it's nice and hot and sunny out there. I'm trying to think, was it 11 hours time difference between you and us at the moment, and whether you're in front of us? So you're going to be roughly about late at night, I suppose, or 9 o'clock, something like that. Good to see you on here, Chris. Thanks for joining and keep it up. Yeah, just want to know a little bit more about what you're doing. 25 likes this morning. I'm absolutely blown away by that. If we could get a few more likes, if we could get to 30 before, would that be a record? I'm not sure if it would or not. I'll have to have a look back, but if we can get to 30, I'd really appreciate that this morning. Look, guys, and I'm not just going to end it now like that. We're going to stay with you just for a little moment, but just want to say a massive thanks to all you guys and girls and consumers and contractors alike that have joined this live stream this morning. You know, I instigate the conversation and then you lead us in that direction, which we can talk about. So I really, really appreciate that. And a lot of people will learn and will value your input and the community and a place where people feel they can come and actually sort of engage with each other without worrying about being ostracized or being criticized for something. We do it in an orderly fashion. We're still on 25. We're not going to get to 26, are we, or even 30? But I tried. That's how it is. Look, whatever you're doing the weekend, enjoy it. Have a great break. Relax. Have some fun. Take time down. But most of all, put that phone down. And, you know, working in Gowerton this week, working in Gowerton in Swansea, it's been good because the signal has been bad. So I knew that there was no hope of getting on my phone. And probably this afternoon, I may do a little bit. And tomorrow, I may do a little bit of and share what I've been doing last week, okay? I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I try to share a fair bit. And we're going to sort of like make sure that I try and share what I've been doing, because I haven't been able to do it because I was, like I said, because of the signal. Just trying to read what people are saying there. Ian says, did you manage to make the step video with step risers? Ian, if I can, mate, there is one, but I will show a video and I'll try and redo it for you, Ian, on the weekend. I'll go back and have a look. I'll download those photos and the clips and you'll be able to see where I did it before. Somebody will say that I've just done it as clickbait, but I will do it for you, Ian. I've got the video that's going out today I think it's over 45 minutes long. It's a long one, okay? How to lay a porcelain patio part 2. I've showed everything in great details because, as I say, as always, it's so hard to film film what I'm actually doing. It's okay if you've got a designated cameraman filming every shot and putting all that material together, all that footage, and that's absolutely fine, but I haven't got it. It's what we have to do as we go along, and it's so difficult sometimes with the weather conditions. The phone gets hot in hot weather, and then if we're in the rain, etc., and then we've got the mud, the cement, and all that sort of stuff going on. I was asked this week if I would be interested in going along and doing a wooden pergola, and I would have loved to have said yes to this wooden pergola for this local customer, and I would love to have gone and done it, but unfortunately I just can't get away at the moment. And sometimes, you know, you want those jobs because you don't want to be laying paving all the time, but it's just what's trending, and it's about supply and demand, and that's what we're doing at the moment. We're just doing paving. Maybe I'll have a day when I regret it, and maybe I should have looked at other things, but I have, and we have got the services out there of what we actually do. There are other things that we do about design, planting, and other things, but I want to move on in a different direction, and I ain't going to be able to do it if I just drop some of the paving and take those opportunities. Maybe I should go and do that wooden pergola. Nice one, Johnny. Greatly appreciated. Ian, thank you all this morning. We're over the hour now, and we've got to there. And it wasn't a race to get to the hour, but I want to spend some time with you guys and girls. It's so important. I'm going to be getting this vlog out this morning. Next week, hopefully, we'll be in the studio and we'll be able to film some stuff, and we'll be able to just have a different look instead of this office. The sign will be coming. We'll be able to get out there. Rob, thanks again so much for staying with me. Have a great weekend. Or Rob, your top, you need to drop me an email with your address on, because your landscaping survival top 2XL will be coming out to you. Look at that, brand spanking new. If you want me to sign it, I can sign it for you. No, I'm only joking. I'm not egotistical, but there we are. Rob, that's your top coming out to you. Finally sorted my phone out and have been uploading this week. Be good to see that, Lee. Good to see you. Chris C says, born in Northampton, England, mate, and being landscape gardener since I left school. Love the industry. Chris, if you want me to come out for a week to help you, I'd be more than happy to do that. So give us a shout, and I'll soon shoot out there and spend some time with you. I'll pay for the flight, don't worry about it, and it'd be good to do a vlog. Just drop me a message, info@Greentop Landscapes. Remember this, and I always say this, okay? If you need any help, if you need any advice, it's here with this community. But if I can help, just drop me if I can answer you, if I can help you, I will. If I can't, I can't. Just drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk, or you can give me a ring on 07795 595 994. 07795 595 994. That's my number. More than happy to give you out. There aren't many people that are prepared to give their number out on a live stream. There you are. There you have it. Remember, if you can't say anything good, just don't say it at all. Be safe. Have a great weekend, and thank you all for joining. Take care. Bye-bye.